always try to be creative, okay? And this is where, of course, this video is going to be talking about as well. Try to be creative in your dawah as well, right? If you think something else can lead people to learn about Islam, then try those things, as long as it's halal, of course, as long as it's halal, right? Sometimes, for example, you're giving out free masks, right? And then you give out a flyer with that, domino effect. You are giving out free water, right? And again, this is part of the Muslim characteristic. People learn about Islam that way. So again, the main thing I want to say about in this video is that do not belittle any good deed.
They want to know about Islam, we'll give them da'wah.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to Dawah Diaries, episode number 10. Alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept these little efforts of not just myself, but the center that we are, and make this goodness be recorded, and everyone who is supporting the dawah work that we're involved with. Subhanahu wa ta'ala make this a Sadaqa Jariyah, that while we are in our grave, these videos can continue to benefit the people, and inshallah we can get the reward for it. So last week I talked about dawah with wisdom and good speech and our character. This week I'm going to talk about domino effect when doing dawah. So those who may not know what is domino effect, if you don't know, check out Google. What is domino, right? So it's basically that little sticks, and if one thing's if you click one of them, everyone falls in a row, right? And subhanallah, I always think about this, that sometimes when you're doing da'wah and when you put something out there, whether it's on the YouTube channel, whether it's a poster, whether it's your intention is to give something else, but something else happens, and of course it's the qadr of Allah that's coming into action, right? So for example, in our center, MCHK center here, we for example sell dates, khajur, ajwa dates. We sell hijama boxes, we sell we've given us sanitizers and all like different stuff which you wouldn't think like an Islamic center would be doing it, right? But subhanallah, brothers and sisters, right? When people come to the center, and this is one of the goals of our organization, that our goal is to bring people to the center. Not everybody's going to come to get a Quran copy. Not everybody's going to come to learn about the deen of Allah, right? Some people just want these different things, right? And a prayer mat, for example. Somebody wants a prayer mat, right? So when they come to the center and they look at, oh, mashallah, and then, obviously we invite them to our dawah rack, and they see different materials, and they take it away, and then they go home and then they read it and they get inspired by it. This is part of the domino effect, right? Whereby you're making one thing lead to another thing. And this happens so many times. For example, in our YouTube channel, sometimes we put things which are not connected to our organization, but it's connected to something else, but it's inspirational. But by them coming to the channel, they can see other things as well. And again, this is part of the domino effect as well. So the thing I'm trying to get to here as well, again, brothers and sisters, is that you just don't know, what good that you think you're doing can lead to a greater good, right? Now, again, there's a hadith about where there'll be people who come on Yawm al-Qiyamah, on Day of Judgment, and that person will have good deeds at the size of Mount Uhud, right? Subhanallah, and he would be amazed, like, I don't remember doing this, right? And again, that is part of the Sadaqa Jariyah as well, which again can come into the domino effect as well, right? Because you just don't know, how something can lead to another thing, right? And this is why it's so important not to belittle any good deed, right? If something you think can benefit people in general, it doesn't have always to be a Quran copy or a book about Islam. It can be like I said, we sell ajwa dates, we give out prayer mats, we give out we are going to be opening a library soon as well, inshallah. So these things can make people come, right? Can make people come to the real thing that we want to sell to them, which is of course the deen of Allah, right? So as long as you have this mindset whereby your goal is of course telling people about Allah, try to do things which can lead to that goal as well, right? And this is where, like I said again, I keep saying about domino effect, but this is where in the Islamic sense, is Sadaqa Jariyah, basically. Sadaqa Jariyah, right? So continue to do whatever good that you think you can do. For example, one of the brothers who was packing up the street dawah stuff, and he decided, you know what, I'm going to take a picture of the Quran copies and he's going to put up on his Facebook page, Facebook profile. He put it up, and subhanAllah, within 1 or 2 minutes, somebody sent a message to say, I want a copy. Simple. Now, can you imagine that person gets a copy of the Quran, right? And Hidayah, of course, is up to Allah, but it's the effort, isn't it? And that again is Sadaqa Jariyah. You know, that person takes a copy of the Quran, he reads it. Even if he doesn't read it, maybe somebody else reads it. How many times have you seen videos where people say, you know, they took a copy of the Quran, they put it in the shelf, or they had it in the cupboard, or they had it here, and after so many years, somebody came, you know what, like, you know, I've got so much time, especially in this pandemic. How many people have read the Quran in the pandemic, right? In this lockdown, right? Why? Because it was there until, you know what, let me just do it. And again, if Allah wills, Allah opens the heart and Hidayah comes for them. But that seed that was planted by that people, whoever took that, you know, gave the Quran to that person, he gets a reward for it, or she gets a reward for it, right? And again, this is part of the domino effect as well, right? So always try to be creative, okay? And this is where, of course, this video is going to be talking about as well. Try to be creative in your dawah as well, right? If, you know, you think something else can lead people to learn about Islam, then try those things, as long as it's halal, of course, as long as it's halal, right? Sometimes, for example, you're giving out free masks, right? And then you give out a flyer with that, domino effect. You are giving out free water, right? And again, this is part of the Muslim characteristic. People learn about Islam that way. So, again, the main thing I wanted to say about in this video is that do not belittle any good deed, right? You just don't know how Allah's qadr is working, right? So if your intention is nice, if your intention is for Allah, then by Allah, He will open doors for you which you can never imagine. And I've mentioned this before as well, right? And again, this domino effect is not just about your dawah, it can affect your life in general as well, because that domino effect of da'wah will come into your life in terms of barakah, right? And I mentioned this in another episode as well, how dawah can help you in your life in general as well. Okay, so again, final point, domino effect. Let things roll, have the good intention, put the things into action, and let Allah put barakah in your work. And inshallah, when we come on Yawm al-Qiyamah, may we have also Mount Uhud of deeds in our bank. Allah preserve our good deeds as well. May Allah keep us sincere. May Allah not waste those deeds as well, because as I've mentioned before, it's so easy to let our deeds go to waste as well. May Allah protect our niyyah, may Allah protect our hasana, and may Allah protect ourselves from riyah and other things as well. Jazakallahu khair for watching. Barakallahu fi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Nashhadu la ilaha illa ant. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.